Alright, Mr. Jim, I hate that on the show. I hate that on the show. Hopefully by minute skill and welcome to my YouTube channel and I said by the way, so let's get started. And what game 63 of the 2025-2026 Toronto Raptors regular season and I said by the way, so let's get started. And the Toronto lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves 115-107 final score. By the way, so let's get started. Oh man. Does these teams suck? I don't know why. I don't want to answer this question. So yeah, that's it. By the way, so let's get started. And let's play the game by anyways. So let's go. Alright. And the Toronto. Oh, excuse me. And the Toronto Raptors are 35-27, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are 40-23, and that's it. By the way, let's get started. As Anthony Edwards bigs win over Archie Barrett's picks the Timberwolves 115-107 win over the Raptors. By the way, let's get started. So let's get to the box score. Okay, it starts for the Toronto's Brandon Ingram. He has 3 minutes, he has 14 points, he has 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 2 personal fouls for Brandon Ingram, and that's it. Alright. And RJ Barrett, he has 3 minutes, has 25 points, he has 6 rebounds, no assists, 1 turnover, and 3 personal fouls for RJ Barrett, and that's it. Alright. And Scotty Barnes, he has 36 minutes, he has 16 points, he has 2 rebounds, 3 assists, no turnovers, and 3 personal fouls for Scotty Barnes, and that's it. Alright. For Barnes, alright. And Jacopo, he has 29 minutes, he has 9 points, he has 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, and 3 personal fouls for Jacopo, and that's it. Alright. And Matt Quickly, he has 30 minutes, he has 18 points, he has 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, and 3 personal fouls for Matt Quickly, and that's it. Alright. On the bench for the Toronto's, Sancho Makashvili, he has 24 minutes, he has 11 points, he has 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and no personal fouls for Sancho Makashvili, and that's it. And Trey Jackson Davis, he has 4 minutes, he has 2 points, 4 rebounds, and that's it for Trey Jackson Davis, and that's it. And Bardo, he has 10 minutes, he has 2 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist for Jefferson Bardo, and that's it. And Jamal Chad, he has 17 minutes, he has 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, and 3 personal fouls for Jamal Shad, and that's it. And Jacoby Walter has 17 minutes, has 2 points, 1 turnover, and 2 personal fouls for Jacoby Walter, and that's it. And Grady Dick, he has 4 minutes, he has 6 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist for Grady Dick, and that's it, and 6 points. Alright. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, starts for the Timberwolves. Julius Randle, he has 34 minutes, has 17 points, he has 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and 4 personal fouls for Julius Randle, and that's it. And Jeremy Daniels, he has 21 minutes, has 8 points, he has 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and 5 personal fouls for Jeremy Daniels, and that's it. And Willie Gobert, he has 35 minutes, he has 18 points, he has 12 rebounds, 5 assists, no turnovers, and 2 personal fouls for Willie Gobert, and that's it. Alright. And Dante Vincenzo, he has 27 minutes and 16 points. He has 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 personal foul for Dante Vincenzo, and that's it. And Anthony Edwards, he has 34 minutes, has 22 points. He has 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, and 1 personal foul for Anthony Edwards, and that's it. On the bench for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Anderson, he has 15 minutes, has 4 points. He has 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and no turnovers, and 3 personal fouls for Anderson, and that's it. Alright. And Phillips, he has 3 minutes, he has 2 points, he has. That's it for Phillips, and that's it. Alright. And Barger, he has 3 minutes, he has no points, and that's it. Alright. And last week, he has 21 minutes, he has 12 points, he has 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and 1 personal foul for last week, and that's it. And Sumu, he has 27 minutes, he has 13 points, he has 1 rebound, 1 assist, no turnovers, and 2 personal fouls for Sumu, and that's it. And Jalen Clark, he has 3 minutes, he has 1 personal foul for Jalen Clark, and that's it. And Shane Jr., he has 3 minutes, he has no points, he has 1 turnover for Shane Jr., and that's it. And both Tyrant, he has 13 minutes, he has 3 points, he has 1 turnover and 2 personal fouls for both Tyrant, and that's it. Alright. So that's all. So yeah, alright. Okay, up next, the Raptors host Dyers on Sunday. Will be on Sunday, and the Timberwolves host Orlando on Saturday. Alright. The Timberwolves host Orlando on Saturday. Alright. So guys, Timmy Castable, that's the Toronto's lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm going to check the score. (115 to 107) final score. Tell me in the comment section below, and that's it. Alright, Mr. John. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thanks for watching on my show, and that's it. I'll see you next time in the next video on my YouTube channel. So bye for now, and peace, and have a good night.